In this video, we're going to talk about how to do long division to polynomials. It's very similar to when you learned long division back in 5th or 6th grade, so don't think too hard about it. To start us off, we're just going to do a couple of these review problems here. So we have 180 divided by 4. And if we wanted to do it the long way, remember 4 is what you're dividing by, it's your divisor, into 180. So we always start from the left side here, and we think, does 4 go into 1? It doesn't. So we're going to move to the next one. Does 4 go into 18? It goes into 18 4 times, and then 4 times 4 is 16. Subtract those. This gives you a 2. Then we bring down the 0 for 20. Then we think, how many times does 4 go into 20? 5 times. So our answer is 45, because there is no remainder there. Alright, number 2 here, we have 156a to the 6th divided by 8a squared. Now we're just going to take care of the numbers here, the constants. So we have 8 into 156. So we'll start again from the left. Does 8 go into 1? Nope. But 8 does go into 15 one time. 8 times 1, or 1 times 8 is 8, which leaves us with a remainder of 7. You bring down the 6 here, and then you ask yourself, well, how many times does 8 go into 76? 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72. Subtract those, gives you a 4. Now we know 8 does not go into 4, so if you remember, what you always did was put a decimal here, and then bring the 0 down. Now we have 40. 8 goes into 45 times. So our answer here would be 19.5, because there's a remainder of 0 there now, which is why we would stop. It would be 19.5. And then we have a to the 6th divided by a squared, and hopefully you remember your rules of exponents. All we got to do is subtract those, which gives me a to the 4th. So our answer would be 19.5 a to the 4th. And of course I'd want you to change that to a fraction, which is 39 over 2 a to the 4th. And again, that's just a review of how you do long division. So we're going to use those same principles and ideas to divide these polynomials the long way. So we'll look at number 1 here. We have x squared plus 9x plus 14 divided by x plus 7. So we'll write this out. We have x plus 7 divided by x squared plus 9x plus 14. Okay, first thing we're going to do is see how many times this x goes into this x squared. You're not concerned about this constant here, plus 7 at all. You're going to use that later. So first we ask, how many times does x go into x squared?
Major needed a guidance, please.
X goes into x squared one time, which is just x. X times x is x squared. And x times 7 is 7x. Now we want to subtract those, remember? So we subtract. So this goes away. 9 minus 7 is 2x. And then we'll bring down this 14, just like we do with everything else. So now we have to see how many times does x go into 2x. Well, it goes in twice, because 2 times x is 2x. And then 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract those, and then you get your remainder of 0. So your final answer is x plus 2. Alright, let's try the next one. Again, same thing. So we have 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 divided by x plus 3. So x plus 3 is my divisor here, going into 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Now again, we are only concerned about this linear term here. I want to know how many times this x goes into this first term here, which is 2x squared. So we want to know how many times x goes into 2x squared. Well, we need a 2 for sure, because it's x into 2x. Now that's squared, so that would be x. Now we can double check. 2x times x is 2x squared, and 2x times 3 is 6x. Now we'll subtract those. So 5x minus 6x is negative 1x, and again bring down this remaining piece of that minus 3. Now we want to figure out how many times does x go into negative 1x. So negative 1, so negative 1 times x is negative 1x, and negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Now again, remember you have to subtract them, so since they're already negatives here, that's actually going to turn them into positive. And so then you have your remainder of 0, so your answer is 2x minus 1. Now I want you guys to try number 3 on your own, so we're going to jump down to number 4 here. Alright, looking at number 4, we have 11x plus 20x squared plus 12x cubed plus 2 divided by 3x plus 2. So the 3x plus 2 is my divisor. However, you'll notice that this is not written in the standard way that we usually write it, where we have the highest exponent in front. And that's the way you always need to divide. So we need to rewrite this right here. So that would be 12x cubed plus 20x squared plus 11x plus 2 divided by the 3x plus 2. So we have 3x plus 2 divided by 12x cubed plus 20x squared plus 11x plus 2. Alright, again, we're just going to focus on this linear term here. So I want to know how many times does 3x go into 12x cubed. Well, we know we have a 3 and a 12. 3 times 4 is 12. We want x into x cubed. That would have to be x squared times. Now 4x squared times 3x is going to give me my 12x cubed. Now we multiply 4x squared times 2, which is 8x squared, positive 8x squared. Now again, subtract them. That goes away. Now we have 20 minus 8, which gives me 12x squared, and we'll bring down this plus 11x. Now we want to see how many times does 3x go into 12x squared. Again, 3 into 12 is 4. We have a positive 4 there. X into x squared gives me an x. So 4x times 3x is 12x squared. And then 4x times 2 is 8x. Again, subtract them. So 11 minus 8 is 3. And then bring down this last part, the plus 2. Now we want to know how many times does 3x go into 3x? 1 time. 1 times 3x is 3x. 1 times positive 2 is positive 2. Again, subtract them. Go away. So you have your remainder of 0. So your final answer is 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. So I want you guys to try number 3. And again, you're always going to take this linear term and divide that into your polynomial over here.